Time to be alive. Well, here we go. London Spitfire battling it out. I almost feel like we watched a mini tournament today where New York knocked London into the lower bracket earlier, so to speak. London has battled all the way back here. They are fatigued, they are tired, but they are victorious so far, at least in as much as it's gotten them to get to play New York again. It's just a great story today.
Absolutely, but you do have to say they must be fatigued, as you mentioned. This is their 10th game today.
Yeah.
New York only on 6. They had some time to rest up. I think that's a wise use of their time. As Zoe was saying, the coaches can relay the necessary information because they've already prepared these maps. They knew they were coming in first place today. They were ready to play on Junkertown already.
Makes sense. Well, here we go. London Spitfire getting ready to go on the attack here in London, or here in Junkertown, rather. Not London yet.
We're not on Kings Row yet, Doug.
Not quite yet. Let's get the stage 1 finals going. Ooh, y'all, on that Roadhog. Pushing out. Pretty classic attack going on for London Spitfire so far.
Yeah, they are running 2 supports, though. Meanwhile, New York Excelsior, they want Roadhog on their flex support, which is a strategy that we've seen this New York XL team use more than any other.
True.
On this map. And it's all about controlling the flanks and controlling the angles out of that choke point right now. Pine is in the back on the low ground. He's going to be behind that barrier for the most part, as well as behind some terrain on the left side of your screen. So they're using the D.Va and the Roadhog right now to control the side. And London is all of their members are over here on the left-hand flank.
Yeah, they're really trying to give Birdring some space to kind of get some shots, and he does demech Meko, and that is really big. Maybe that is the cue for London to get back on the payload, and it is. Birdring does get the kill onto Pine, but missing that D.Va for a while may be something that London can use to push this day. We'll find out as the fight begins in earnest. Jonak goes down early. Prophet with the kill there, but Dosen falls to Libero. Another victim claimed by the Junkrat. Now the Riptire coming in. Libero looking to stop this push. The rest
they're all grouped up.
Do it. Oh, he gets y'all. A lot of damage onto Prophet. Right now, it is only that Orisa on the payload stopping London Spitfire. Echo does go down again. London with a very measured push here coming into the end of point A.
That Prophet should be clearing this out with the next Riptire. This is London's chance just to get a quick point A here.
Oh, there goes Mano. He got it again, and that is a quick point A from London.
So London did something we almost never see, which is commit all members to one side of the choke point. And because they did that, they quickly demeched Meko.
Nice.
They get a kill onto Pine there, and then held him in that mini D.Va form while simultaneously picking off Pine and then slowly moving the payload up. So great measured attack from the London Spitfire here on Junkertown, and setting it up tactically in a way that we rarely see on this map.
I love the way they protected Birdring too and kind of opened up the option for him to get those shots, get the picks, get Meko demected, get the momentum going London's way. Now on point B, they're trying to do just that same thing again. As they try to keep NYXL bottled up, they were able to take that aggressive high ground.
Yeah, London's been pushing a ton of space here on both points so far. They've kept Pine in the back. Infrasight is up for the NYXL Widowmaker. He's going to use it right away.
Now Libero down, Bedosen with a big pick there on the Junkrat on NY. Pine finds some pick on the Prophet though. Genji out of commission, Wu y'all back.
Pine with 3!
Pine with 4 in fact. And Pine steps up to the plate and hits a granite slam.
And that's what you get with Pine, Bella. He flanks around the backside of the London formation, as you're about to see with the Infrasight, and nailed the shots. Not many Widowmakers would go for this play.
Yeah, but Pine would.
And he just absolutely nails it here. Even the machine gun. What a flick.
Are you
another one. Beautiful.
This guy's a living highlight reel, man. And NYXL gets some stability on defense, and that's a bit more, but Dosen goes down. Pine hooked. Can he get away? No. Tries to Spider-Man grapple into thin air, but doesn't work in Overwatch. He still finds some purchase and gets out. Dust down London without their mercy again.
Libero with a Riptire does get killed in the back by Bedosen. Supercharger has fallen for the London Spitfire, but Pine still on the high ground, trying to prevent this payload from moving.
Meanwhile, YXL spreading out around the point here. Meko down one more time. Can they stop them? There's a tranquility coming in for London, trying to desperately hold on to this point. Arc brings Pine back into the action. Libero has to back away. Jonak loading up yet another ult fire. A little bit of damage done to Prophet, but he's going to back away. Mano down. Maybe London can grind this one out. They've got the Valkyrie in action. Now Jonak pops his Transcendence.
Yeah, he wants to use this, but Pine is getting pushed out. There are only 4 members down on the payload, and Prophet.
Whoa! Prophet accelerates to 88 miles an hour and goes back to spawn. And it looks like London's going to be able to, if they demech Meko, there's a pulse bomb that you just had. Now they should have point B. Yeah, there it is.
So now Pine onto the McCree for this last point, trying to cut off this dive composition run by the London Spitfire. Expect more of these flank attacks from Pine through the corridor. London has to be hyper aware that he is going to take these risks, and they must punish him when he does so.
Very true. Prophet on that Genji. Trying to build up that Dragon Blade. Complete point C a little bit later here. Libero has to back off the high ground for the moment.
So much was used on that last push, though, Noah. And Libero is going to use the only ult available to either team right now with this Riptire.
That's going to be big. Coming around the high ground, taking a lot of damage here. Oh, but he finds Birdring. Libero falls, though, in response. Prophet gets back there with the headshot. Meanwhile, Meko trying to chase down Gesture. Oh, Gesture not going to survive that one. Meko backing off, looking pretty healthy. There's the supercharger in action now for NYXL. They're finding out with that increased damage. Prophet down, supercharge out of commission.
That was a supercharger used, though, Doa, with only tanks and supports up.
Obedosin, both supports out of commission now for London. NYXL gets a little bit of peace and quiet here.
Prophet started that fight well by picking off Libero in the back while using the Riptire, and then afterwards camping on his body so they couldn't get a resurrect. So everything looking okay for London at first.
Right.
A lot of damage coming through from the supercharger, even though it was only the tanks and supports up. Pine.
Here comes the McCree.
He's retaking his spot on the high ground.
Yeah, the dive comes in from London. Trying to claim that high ground, but Libero ready. Gesture falls, murdering the target now for Pine. Looks around, sees Nuss. Back to murdering for the moment. If he can finish him off, it would be big. Coming down, watch out. Oh man, they got Libero murdering with the pulse bomb kill. Pine though, changing it around. Nuss in the Valkyrie, trying to fight him off. Pine can't get the kill. Again, Transcendence coming. Pine just needs to finish these guys. He's trapped in the corner now. Libero falls to Prophet, and here comes the Dragon Blade for even more. 2 kills, Pine and Meko out of commission, and he's not maybe done quite yet. The Transcendence blocks a bit of the damage, but in the end, Jonak does fall, and London winning a fight that's going to get this payload most of the way there.
And New York, I think, is holding on to their support ults just a little bit too long, though, and that's the second fight we've had where both teams have used all support ultimates, but London has come out on top. Jonak seems to be trying to hold that Transcendence, and in the meantime, we see some of his team members falling first and after the Valk reses have already been used.
All right, Libero's Riptire is incoming. Trying to find some victims. Going for the back lines. Can he get there? Oh, it's close. Taking damage, but Birdring takes out the tire. The threat dealt with. London back towards the payload now.
It did push them back off their formation. Look at Nuss's charge, though, on the Valkyrie. That's going to be the big difference maker.
Jonak with a big pick on the Bedosin. Zen versus Zen. Nuss going to bring him back up for the moment, but that's a res out of commission for now. He's getting close to a Valkyrie, though.
Yeah, he is.
Dive coming in. Gesture going deep. Going to get pushed back a bit. Ooh, y'all, under a lot of threat. Gets deep. Goes for the self-destruct, and he kills out of that one. No, but Nuss manages to kill Libero on that Mercy. Now Meko on his own, but here come the respawns for New York, trying to keep people up with that Valkyrie. There's a res on the Gesture. Self-destruct comes in. London able to dodge it for the most part. Pressure on the back lines, and Prophet needs to be the hero again with this Dragon Blade. Deadeye doesn't work out. Goes back out of commission. And Prophet pushes New York back. They're nearly there. Less than a meter remaining.
And Pine didn't quite get on the payload at the front lines.
London gets all 3.
They do it, though, with no time left in the bank. So not a lot to work with right now, but they do get pushed back at the very end. It looked okay for New York. I think they could have had that one had they just held on a little bit longer and made sure they threw some bodies at the payload. There were 3 people standing around it, but nobody able to get there in time.
Well, Pine looked almost afraid towards the end of that one, stayed way far back on the McCree, and yeah, you have to worry about the dive, but it didn't seem like he was even in a spot to get any of those sort of medium-range headshots.
Yeah, he was playing pretty far back, and even when he moved forward, there were some very, very subtle misplays. He threw a flashbang on one of the reses onto Prophet and didn't actually end up with it. It was like a half-second mistime with when the res completed, so he wasn't able to get the flashbang right immediately afterwards.
You know, you can talk about the fatigue for London Spitfire coming into this one. They have played a lot of games today, but by the same token, you could say, hey, these guys are all warmed up. New York's kind of been sitting around since this morning. You know, maybe London comes into it feeling a little bit more comfortable because they just played.
Yeah, that's true.
Hard to equate the pros and cons of all the situations, but the results may speak for themselves by the end of it. London on the defense now, 3 points. Finish it in OT though, so NYXL, if they can finish it with any time left on the clock, should be in good shape, but they gotta get there first.
And we are going to see a straightforward attack here, looks like, from New York with the Bastion, as we typically see. London going to stick with their 2 supports for the moment, so not going with a Roadhog single support composition for some extra power to make some picks at the start of this map. And
all right, let's go. NYXL coming out of spawn. London playing a pretty aggressive defense. Pretty far up there, but they may back off fast.
So Sonic Arrow into the side building as Birdwing takes out Mono, but pays for it, and the reverse hook.
Hooks for days, man, but Pine gets the kill on Bedosin. Arc brings Mano back. New York looking okay. Woo, y'all under pressure here. He's got some healing from Bedosin, so Pine gets back away for now.
But you're feeling pretty good about that if you are New York.
Sure.
Jonak's coming back out on the Roadhog. There's a long spawn walk back for the slow Orisa with Gesture. So you got yourself a lot of payload movement. Everybody from London is stacked up on the side here.
Yeah, Pine with another shot at Bedosin. There goes Prophet. You just can't give this guy any space at all. Nearly had a shot.
That was a too aggressive play.
Oh, Dusk gets caught by Pine again. Gets in there. Gets his hands dirty, gets taken out, but the payload moving.
London positioned themselves on the far side of the point, away from where Gesture was able to come back after his respawn, and they didn't have any Orisa barriers to protect them. Once New York realized that, they were quick to make the adjustment, and Pine cut off their escape route, as well as Gesture's ability to rejoin his team.
Oh, they're coming in again. London not giving this point up quite yet, 0.9 meters to go. In fact, they actually got it. Oh, they did take it. So that actually is going to be pretty rough for London. Now New York winning that fight has a great opportunity to punish this. Nuss in a lot of trouble. Getting chased by Meko. Maybe they can get him, but either way, they've got London cornered right now.
And Pine keeps on hitting his shots as they try to reconvene on the payload. So London now all the way back in point C.
That was a long stagger kill on the Nuss at the end of that.
Yes, it definitely was. Now the return here with both teams and their Valkyries up. Libero did use the Riptire to make sure they took point A. So Prophet can open up with this one, see if he can pick off Arc and extend this hold.
All right, Prophet sending out his ultimate. See what the Riptire can do. Waiting for that one. Meanwhile, Pine still looking for the enemy. Widowmaker maybe. Oh, Pine! That's who the Riptire found. Prophet takes a bit of time, gets the kill. And so London will try to use that man advantage to come forward. Arc denying that with the resurrection.
Yeah, they had to wait for the barrier. That's why it took so long for Pine to be revived. Making sure it was okay for Arc, and now they are going to charge forward into the Spitfire.
Oh man, Jonak finding the hook, finding the kills. Another one comes in. He's got it on cooldown now. Prophet with another kill on the Pine, but the payload not really stalled out too much at all here on point B.
What's crazy about the Excelsior, though, is they have 3 great Roadhog players on this team. Yeah. We've seen Mono play it when they go Roadhog Diva as their only tanks. Of course, Meko has been fantastic. And now Jonak, who specifically plays it on Junkertown and a couple odd maps here and there. All of the necessary hooks, and that keeps the payload moving.
Shows you what an incredible wealth of skill there is on this team. As London dives in for the defense here, they've got to start stalling out this payload. Still 4:30 on the clock. That helps. Goes in. That's a headshot. Rez comes in, of course. Meanwhile, Jonak does fall. So perhaps with Transcendence, London can start to push New York off the payload. They're going to try.
Re-engagement, though, after the Transcendence ends. They commit the supercharger just to keep pushing.
Yeah. It's not the hugest commitment. It's not the fastest building ultimate ever, but it is something. Ooh, self-destruct comes in. Libero caught by it, can't get into the room in time. Pine gets the kill onto Nuss too.
And Nuss going down is the big one, Doa. They were saving that Valkyrie throughout that entire fight, waiting for the re-engagement.
Right, another hook onto Wuyong gets brought in. There's a kill. One more for Jonak. Gets the kills on Zenyatta, but man, his Roadhog is so threatening. Misses that hook, he gets stuck. Ooh, 30 health, somehow alive, takes a breather and makes it through. Man, most Roadhogs would be long dead by now, but that healing certainly helping out.
And Pine
cornered.
has moved over to the Tracer, and he's starting to make these plays.
The support's cornered in the side room.
It's just a slaughter hallway for the support players, and we have 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and the New York Excelsior are almost at the end of Junkertown.
They have got nearly all the time in the world to complete this map. Got the ultimates as well, but remember on London, still 2 support ultimates work. They're going to use the Valkyrie right away. It's not going to stop Wuyong rather from getting demeked. Oh, double kill from Meko on that Diva. Thus, one of the victims, and they are going to complete it with 4:03 in the clock.
There were no tanks left. Badoshin had just gotten his strengths up, tried to make it back to the payload, but New York had already taken out everyone from London, and
man,
that's it.
There was just no stopping New York on that push. They barely got slowed down.
That was incredibly convincing, you'd have to say.
No kidding.
So as a result of that, we will go into time bank. A minute now for London, but 4 minutes and 3 seconds for New York. And I don't think they're going to be bamboozled by that heavy flank we saw from London on point A again.
Probably not. That's happened quite at the end there. Gesture, you know, Wuyong gets bounced off. Gesture, did he get there? That self-destruct, good zoning actually from Meko. Gets the double kill again, like Prophet. The rest of London, they needed to stay on that payload, so the double kill at the end, yeah, not really their fault. That's all you can do to try to stop it.
Absolutely, Doa. And those in overtime or in the last few meter situations, ultimates like self-destruct and primal rage, Deadeye that can control space so effectively are at their highest value.
Certainly.
And you can see that with the play that New York made right at the end of Junkertown. So
yeah,
now we're going back to defense here. Will be the same look. Single support with the Roadhog, played by Jonak, who really showed us some impressive skills.
And London, again, with less than a minute now. The doors are open. They got to push this. Oh, and Pine denies Prophet immediately here. That's a rough start for London. The payload's still going to move a bit, but a little easier for New York to move up on that one.
Yeah,
looking tempted by Jonah.
I mean, right now, so far at this match, Pine has had 17 final blows to Birdring's 10.
Crazy.
So he's had a few more deaths, though, 5 more to be specific, but that's what you get with Pine. You're going to get more final blows, you're going to get a few more deaths. It comes with the territory.
Very true, yeah. 20 seconds left for London Spitfire. They got to get this payload as far as they possibly can. No more extra time no matter what happens now. Prophet down. Libero with a kill. And the respawn getting a bit farther away from London now.
And they've just taken over this payload, Doa. They're sitting behind that barrier, except for Jonak, apparently, who gets caught a bit too far forward. They're going to try and rescue him.
Get some support from Mono. They did rescue him. He's still alive. Man,
Jonak turns around with a hook, too.
How does he do it? Bedosin down. Pine with the kill on the Nuss. No more supports for London here. Birdring does demek Meko. Wuyong desperately trying to keep him alive, but not enough health. There's a Riptire. Overtime going to tick, but no Prophet. Now it's
the last one. He's the last man
there
left.
There could be only one, and it's going to be Libero.
Libero
XL
is the new Highlander.
That's right. Junkrat beat Junkrat. The Junklander, I guess you could say. The Junktowner. They can be only one.
He's the king of Junkertown now.
Yep. So, London needs to have pretty much the most epic hold in the history of Junkertown to win this map. New York not needing to push it really too far at all, just past the second set of buildings to win Junkertown and go up 1-0 in this finals.
Now, to be fair, where the cart ended was a defensible position for London.
Sure.
They only have 3 more seconds than they would have on a normal point A attack. And when we do see full holds, we do see them frequently at this choke point. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but look at this. We're going to see a quad tank Moira attack. Now, the problem with this, Doa, is that The last time New York attacked, on their first attack run, what they did was they sonic arrowed this building that they're going to be moving into.
Right.
So they have to wait for the sonic arrow to end because New York was ready for these shenanigans. You can see Pine already on the Hanzo. They're expecting this.
This is so risky.
So they're
because-
going to wait for the sonic arrow before they move in. They're going to speed boost into that building after the sonic arrow is down. This is going to be crazy.
All right, London going for it. You gotta do something. That payload needs to get stopped immediately. And Sonic Arrow comes out.
Doesn't see them.
That's right, gonna wait. It's over, they're going in now. They got spot. Oh, Jonak hooked immediately. Jonak in a lot of trouble. Gets pulled back here. Gets low, can they keep him alive? Oh, no, they can't. And London, the defense starting out okay, but they're gonna need a lot many more fights than that. Jonak does fall.
This is still going to be really hard, but if you can clog some of these choke points with a lot of tanks, you're going to be feeling better. Jonak immediately onto the Zenyatta. They need the Discord Orb to burn down the tank. Libero goes on to the Mara because they have nothing to deal with him.
No, there's nothing that's going to be able to shoot up really and do anything that far unless he gets low enough to be grabbed. You got to be careful there. Ring in a little bit of trouble, getting bounced around. Libero with a bird's eye view, hammering gesture here, gets the Zarya shield. And now the Winston jumping in. Mano helps get the kill on the Nuss. Gesture's gonna go off the edge. Goodbye, Reinhardt. Libero sends him on his way, and New York are putting them in position to take this map. A lot of members of London dropping.
That's it. It's just Prophet and Bedoshin left with Wu Yao falling. And they're keeping on pushing the payload. That'll be a barrage just to zone them off.
Yeah, that's right. One last stand from Bedoshin on the Lucio. He's going to drop fast. Gesture could jump in. Nope, can't get there. And New York Excelsior taking Junkertown.
I really admire